All right, so on both of these, kind of want to go through a few things you should be able to discern from the question. And because these are both multiple choice, you can actually find the answer pretty quickly through just a couple things. All right, so here you go. Convenience store requires a Yumi spend $4 or more. I want to pause right there. So $4 or more. Our brains sometimes have a hard time dealing with this and then relating it to one of these symbols, right? But you notice all of these are some form of greater than, right? They all mean greater than 4. Now, some of them are greater than or equal to, but they're all at least greater than, right? That's because it says $4 or more. That means this, whatever this side is, has to be at least 4. Now, could it be equal to 4 also? Because it says $4 or more, it gives you the option. So that means these are immediately ruled out. There's no or equal to underneath here, right? That's what should be there. All right. Secondly, let's keep going. If she wants to pay using a debit card, so the donuts cost 80 cents each. Bottle of orange juice costs 120. If D represents the number of donuts, let's pause right there. So we have 80 cents times the donut. What's the difference between second choice and the fourth choice? What's the second choice mean with the 0.8? Yeah, it's taken this orange juice cost, this 120, and also multiplying it by the 0.8. Is that what we need to do? No, that doesn't make any sense, right? So only this last part makes sense in that respect. This question should have taken you very little time compared to the average question. That's what I'm saying, right? You notice, I hope most of you, it look like we're done with the timer. Here's the second one. Second one's a little different, right? In 1 minute, so let's pause this first of all. There's some numbers. Let's just highlight the numbers. 1 minute, 6 invitations, 50 seconds. We got minutes and seconds and all sorts of stuff, right? And then there's N right there. If we read through a little more carefully now, Ngozi has to send out 300 wedding invitations. In 1 minute, she can put 6 invitations into envelopes. So she's just putting them into envelopes, right? And putting the stamps on. But that's not the only part about sending them out. You also have to fill out the address. So the other part to that is it takes her a minimum of 50 seconds to address each invitation by hand. So a minute to put them in the envelope, 50 seconds to address them. If N represents the number of invitations, can prepare for mailing in 180 minutes, which of the following inequalities best models the situation? Whew. So there's something in these questions called a constraint. It's a limitation. What's our limitation here? What's our constraint in this problem? What do we only have a certain amount of? We have 300 invitations. That's a limit, right? But we also are limiting in this representation here how much time, right? So we have 180 minutes. They're asking us in 180 minutes, how much can we do? Right? So our constraint in this case is 180. It is not the 300. Another thing with this you should notice is all these other portions, what's their unit of measurement? Seconds or minutes, right? It's talking about time. So if we're trying to find a situation that's revolving around the time, then this is not it. This is in relation to a certain number of invitations. All right. So this is a really tricky one. This is why this is one of the harder example. All right. So we have a certain number of invitations that will take a certain amount of time, right? We have 1 minute to do 6, right? And we have 50 seconds to do the other, right? Now, how about that 50 seconds out of 60? Can I reduce that? Yeah. turns into 5/6, right? And then what happens if I distribute this in 1/6? Oh, wait, n plus 5/6 n. And it's not written exactly like that, but this is what we're talking about right here. Now, why isn't it the second choice? Yeah, we do have 180. We can use 180. All right, so you should practice this one. There's no new con assignments. We'll have time to practice this at the start of class tomorrow, and then we'll start one more, and then we'll review, then there'll be a quiz. So again, your quiz is over these things right here, right? This, linear inequality word problems, linear equation word problems, interpreting linear functions, and then the one we're going to do tomorrow, linear function word problems. That's your quiz.